So I got this built up so we can put the pulleys on it. And then I noticed I've got the nut side towards the back. Well, that's where the cables run right up the strut. So I'm going to go ahead and put them bolts, turn them around, put the nuts on the front side. Today we get serenaded by my grandson Jameson in the background. And we're coming back to RP5, and which is the details on the pulley around the strut attach point. And right here I've drawn a rib. This is where the rib goes, right here. So you obviously can't put this this here can't be the compression strut. So, and you can't go back this way, otherwise I don't like this pulley being so far above where the cable comes up. I don't want to bring the cable from the bottom edge of the tube clear up that high above the tube over here. My cables always run at the very bottom, right here. The wheel comes underneath, way down there, you know, 10 feet down there, and then pretty much just gradually comes up to the center of the tube and comes up here and up at this high point. See this high point where it needs to come to the carry, or come to the top side of the horn on the aileron coming out the top of the wing. Well, that would put it right about here, and that's where I do put it, right behind this rib right here. So I put the compression strut right about in here, and then the pulley sits right, this pulley sits right in here, goes to about right here, and then this pulley of course right under it right here. And you want to line up where the cables come out. You want them straight up and down, vertical, but you want this one back against the spar closer on the back side where the cable comes in, and you want this one further away from the spar, this here a little bit longer, because these cables cross right here. This one's going here, this one's coming down, and right here they cross. So this one runs along the spar or close to it, and this one runs further out. And right there you can see that. If you want to pause it, here, I'll try to hold it still for a second. Right there.
I'm not trying to.
Okay. Now, these cotter pins are real critical. You want a cotter pin on this side. Let's see, where's the view of it straight on? I don't see any, but here's another view of it. Anytime the cable is coming into the pulley, you want this cotter pin right close to that wheel. You don't want it hitting the wheel, of course, but you want it so close that there's no way the cable can jump out of this track that it's riding in. The last thing in the world you want is your aileron cable to jump track. So this cotter pin and the one straight back, you see the dotted lines showing the cotter pin on the back side of this wheel? Those there have to be right up close to that wheel so that cable can never jump track. And I don't mean to be critical, but one thing you gotta love about these Fisher prints is the dimensioning. 2 1/8. First hole's back from the end at 1/2. And then what? Who knows? But measuring this and considering the shrinkage of the paper, this is going to be 1 inch. So I'll go ahead and write that on my RP5 print here. So I got 1 inch right there. Well, I finished my pulleys, And well, not finished. I still have to put a cotter pin in right here and right over here on each of them. But this here's the bottom one. It's flush right here. Of course, it'll just sit right down on the bottom beam there, just like right there. And that's where it'll be mounted. And then the one that comes up from the strut will be right about here at an angle like this. And be bolted on. Of course, I'll measure and make sure that where the pulley, where the cable comes out of the pulley right here is going to match between the two of them. But that's far enough for tonight. And I'll probably trim some of this off, do a little bit more work like that. And tomorrow we'll put them on there.